How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. This is going to be the big reveal video where I bought a Tesla Model 3. Not just the regular one, nor the standard range one, but I bought a Tesla Model 3 Performance, the most expensive one that you can get. Now, I know what you might think. I am a frugal person. I have a YouTube channel on being very frugal. I do all kinds of crazy ways of saving money, like wrapping your trash in newspapers. I try to minimize my gas and electric usage. That's why it's kind of cool right now and I'm wearing this jacket. I minimize eating out, and there's endless ways where I try to save money, churn credit cards, churn banking accounts. But with all this stuff that I'm doing, there is a method to this insanity that I'm pursuing. Whenever I buy something expensive and somebody goes, "Why are you buying that?" The question I have for you guys is, when do you expect me to ever buy anything? Do you expect me to always be frugal until I die, I guess, and just never spend any money at all, never enjoying anything? Now, there is a very high bar I had to reach in order for me to feel comfortable buying a Performance Model 3. But before all this, let me just show you some required launch videos. This first one is just me in it myself, and I'm just doing a test run for the very first time. Whoa! Go! The second one was with my parents, and they thought it was too dangerous, too fast, and it made them dizzy.
Now stay straight to take the interstate highway.
喂，唔好話暈啊喂！
太快。
唔得啊，整一次啫咋。
The third one is with my sister, and she really likes speed, and so she liked this launch.
Here we go.
Okay, go, go, go. Yeah. Whoa!
Next to take the
That is
interstate 580 westbound.
fast. It's like that's kind of like roller coaster.
Yeah. Like, what? And it's like a few seconds in, it's like, what?
I feel the G-force.
Now, a Tesla Model 3 Performance goes from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. This is really, like, it should not be legal. It almost feels wrong for me to have this, to be able to have this power anytime I want. Any car that can go from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. They even list it on a Wikipedia where they list about 30 or 40 cars that can actually do this under 3 seconds. Let me name some of the impressive cars that can also do this. A Porsche 911 GT3 RS. If you guys don't know about this car, this is an insanely fast car. A Ferrari 488 GTB, I don't know what that is, but it looks really cool. A McLaren 12C. Now, all these cars are supercars. They look like crazy. The thing I like about this car is when I used to drive my Porsche Boxster, when it used to be a lot newer, it's very difficult for me to go anywhere. Whenever I go to the grocery store, you know, I just want to buy some groceries with my Porsche, right? And I feel very conscious of it because whenever I drive somewhere, people would look, you know, it's a shiny car, you know, back when it was much newer. So I feel like if I do have a supercar, I probably cannot drive it to very many places. You know, some places are not as nice looking, you know, I can't always get valet or whatever. So having a car that looks pretty regular, however it has like crazy amount of power, is exactly fitting for my own personality. I like to be kind of low-key, you know, and not too crazy flashy. And so the fact that this car is electric, if you just floor it, it does not make any sound at all. All the sound is just like a tiny whirring sound, and your car goes really, really fast, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. This is roughly 0.9 Gs going, you know, straight this way. One of the things I really like about a Model 3 Tesla is that when you put it in reverse, it makes this spaceship noise. Put it in reverse. Kind of sounds like Star Trek, right? So with all that said, let me justify when you should actually buy a car like this. Let's say I just graduated college and I earned for a whole year and I saved every single penny of my paycheck. I live at home or something, and I have just enough to buy this car. I probably will not buy this car, even though I can at the moment. I would rather put this money down on a down payment on a house. Now, you guys know from watching this channel that I do own this home right here. And in fact, I actually even paid it all off. So in terms of financial goals, you know, I have certain things that are more important than a car. And because I've done certain things already, now I'm able to, you know, spend crazy money on a car like this. Now, if you have your home all set up and stuff, and you are semi-retired like I am personally, when I bought this car, I set my net worth gains back about 1 to 6 months. I'm not gonna say exactly how much because this is gonna reveal how much I actually earn every single year. I'm just gonna say about less than 6 months of your net worth gains, you can put this into your car. Ideally, it would be much less. Let's say it's 3 months, or maybe you can earn as much of the value of the car within 1 month. Then yeah, certainly, you know, you can set your life back just 1 month and purchase this car, have your go at it, have your fun with it. And I would think this is a reasonable purchase because you are not sort of setting your life back all that much. Because some people, if you're not earning that much, you have to earn for, let's say, 3 years before you can pay off the car. This to me is very, very unacceptable. And also, I am also buying this with cash. So when I purchased this, I just gave them my savings account number and I did an automatic clearinghouse transfer, not even a wire transfer because an ACH is free. And they transferred about $70,000 out of my savings account. With that said, let me just cover how much these things exactly cost. When people say Model 3 performance, right, there's all these options that you have to add and then there's taxes and stuff. People do not realize that when you add up everything, it's actually a $72,000 car. Here we go. A Model 3, $35,000 for the base model. If you want long range, you know, the bigger battery, you need to add $15,000 more. This becomes a $50,000 car. If you want the performance version, which has the, you know, super motors and, you know, all the little performance upgrade, brake calipers, the pedals are extra shiny, you have a spoiler, you have the 20-inch wheels. This brings it to $57,000. If you want the full self-driving option, it's $6,000 on top of this. This brings it to $63,000. White seats, another $1,000, $64,000. If you add the taxes and fees, you know, there's like license, registration, the taxes on top of the car. This is all about $8,000. So you add all this up, it's $72,000. Now, I chose to trade in my Porsche Boxster. The street value is about $5,000. You guys might go, oh my gosh, you trade in a Porsche Boxster for only $2,000? Oh, let me buy it. The thing is, you definitely can go on Craigslist and try to buy a Porsche Boxster, a 2001, right? This is a 19-year-old car, and you can buy something similar for about $5,000 with less mileage than my Porsche Boxster because I had about 160,000 miles on it. And I traded in for very specific purposes, and I'm very glad I did because, you know, I just want to get rid of the car and just, you know, have one car at a time. I'm going to make a more specific video on why I chose to trade it in rather than try to sell it myself in a separate video. But, you know, right now, let's just say, you know, I traded in the car for $2,000. It might be very low. It might not be, whatever. So now let me talk about how I'm exactly paying for this. A few weeks ago, I made a video how I made a lot of stock gains trading the Tesla stock itself. Now, initially, I bought a lot of Tesla stock for the purpose because I wanted a Tesla, but I did not really want to pay for it. So I invested in Tesla thinking that it's going to go up. I wanted to take the profit from it and maybe fully pay for the car, maybe not. It turns out that I can pay for some of it right now. And through the buying and selling of, you know, hundreds of shares or so, I owned at most maybe like 200 shares or so at the same time. And I calculated I earned about 34K from trading Tesla stock, and some of it is unrealized, most of it is realized, and all of these gains reside in my IRA. So this is before tax, and you might argue, well, you know, if you want to take it out and buy a car, you need to lob off like 25%, but you do have to know that my current burn rate is around 22K, a very, very comfortable burn rate because this includes all my travel and buying electronics and stuff. So at 22K, let's say the tax rate is the same by the time I retire. I'm gonna withdraw this money that I earned from the Tesla stock. My effective tax rate is only 4.5%. So you can kind of go, well, if you withdraw in a very, very smart way, then I'm effectively taxed very, very little on these stock gains that I made on the Tesla stock. Any way you want to think about it, you want to lop off 25% or whatever, that's fine, right? But I'm just going to count 34K in Tesla stock gains that I'm going to put towards this car. You might kind of go, oh, this is just kind of like accounting trickery because you earn money in your 401k, you can't really access it. But to me, it's no different because it's still my money. It's in a retirement account. I'm just going to take cash that I have on hand outside of my retirement account in order to pay for the Tesla itself. And I'm going to leave that amount in my retirement account, if that makes sense. I also made a video a while ago how my mentor gave me $15,000 in terms of a gift. I actually checked with him and he's okay with me buying a Tesla with it. I spent about $1,000 of it on, random junk lenses and stuff. And then I figure, okay, now that I have something I do actually want to buy. Because at the time I was like really struggling. It's like, what do I actually want? Do I spend it on this? Do I buy, another camera or something? And all those things did not really click with me. Now I have this car and I can go, okay, I'm going to apply about $14,000 of this gift towards the car. So far I have $34,000 plus another $14,000. So this is about $48,000 I can apply towards the car already. And then we can talk about the tax incentives here. Federal tax incentives, $1,875 if I took delivery before the end of 2019, which I did. The California CVRP rebate, this is $2,000. I can get this instead of getting the HOV sticker. I do not need the HOV sticker because I don't do daily commuting. I work from home. There's also the PG&E credits of $800 for an EV purchase. If you add all this up, is a total of $4,675. Minus another $2,000 for the trade-in for my Porsche Boxster. I am left with $17,300 I need to take out of my pocket in cash in order to pay for the rest of this car. So that's how I'm paying for it. I guess what makes me feel comfortable, I know it's a very expensive car, and I never imagined I would ever buy it because I test drove it. I just got sucked into it. I actually killed two birds with one stone because number one, I always wanted to buy a brand new car. And at some point I started thinking to myself, at what age am I going to finally have a brand new car? Am I going to be old and retired and, I have a lot of money in the bank and then I go, oh, okay, I'm going to finally, 65, buy a brand new car? Because it's kind of like a thing to experience. I know it's very expensive, but if you have money to burn, if you have extra money or somehow you are able to earn that money within a reasonable short amount of time, then this is one bird I wanted to kill because I wanted to experience having a brand new car. This is like an experience in itself. Number two is to own a supercar, okay? 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, it's in supercar territory to me. Every single time I floor it, I'm like in awe. In fact, it's so fast that it makes me nauseated a little bit. No car has ever done this while I'm in the driver's seat. It's actually a good and bad thing, but I'm so far really enjoying it, and I'm gonna make myself get used to the fast acceleration because I like it so much. Because I'm able to compensate for the cost of the car within a short period of time, then I can go, okay, I'm willing to set my life, my net worth gains back up to 6 months in order to obtain this car, in order to live a little bit. I think if you buy this car and it's going to set you more than 6 months back in terms of net worth gains, then I think you have to think a little bit harder about it because it's actually costing you a lot in terms of how much hours that you have to work in order to make enough to buy this car. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this way for me to justify buying a very, very expensive car that most people probably would not understand. If you're thinking of buying a Tesla, by the way, the Performance Model 3 is an awesome car. It's like Before buying this car, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe my next car, maybe I want to buy a Cayman, a Porsche Cayman. It's around the same price range, and I thought anything over 6 figures is probably a little bit beyond what I'm comfortable with plopping down on a car. But I mean, $72,000, and I can lop off a whole bunch of money due to other activities I'm doing, like I just covered. This becomes a lot more doable. And if you guys are interested in buying one for yourself and kind of doing this trickery like I did, check out my referral link down in the video description below, where if you use my referral link, you can get 1,000 miles of supercharger miles. I calculated how much this is worth, around $70 in terms of electricity costs. Keep in mind that if you forgot to use your referral link, after you place the order, you know, for me personally, I was in the heat of things and I'm like, oh, let me order this car, and I completely forgot about the referral code. So when I went in, I actually asked the sales rep, oh, can I add referral code retroactively? And this is something you can do. So if you forgot to put in a referral code right when you order, when you see the salesperson, when you go in, you know, they do some sort of orientation and stuff, you can give them a referral code at that moment. So thanks for watching this video, everybody. I'm gonna cover my Tesla Model 3 a little bit more as I learn more about it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to give me a like, comment down below. Let me know what you think of my crazy purchase, and push that subscribe button and ring that bell icon. Thanks for watching.